See, I think what needs to happen for us to realize our incredible is that we have to start seeing ourselves the way God sees us. I get that depending upon the stories you've been telling yourself, you may not see that as your reality today because that's what holds us back. But start to try it on and see if it fits.
Hello, Incredible One. Happy Mind on Your Marketing Monday. Coach Darnyelle here. And Latte, she's hanging out with me in this week's video.
I came out into entrepreneurship and I was looking left and right and allowing what other people were doing to take me off of my path. And I believe that my success was stalled because I was constantly looking left and right instead of being focused ahead. But I'll be honest, Patrice, for you and for the listeners, you know when it really clicked? It really, really clicked about 3 weeks ago, who I am. I've been saying all this time,
serious?
I am so serious. I want to encourage you, it's levels.
Yeah.
It's levels, those of you who are listening.
Hey, how'd you like to earn a 6-figure salary? Yeah, you can. Business strategist Darnyelle Jervey gives us the tools to get there. You are going to be there.
Oh my gosh, I'm ready. I hope you have pen and paper.
Okay, stick around. It's coming up on Virginia This Morning.
I just finished a retreat with my clients in Orlando. I've realized that when I look over the success stories of my clients, yeah, they've made more money. Yeah, they've closed bigger deals, but you know what? Their lives are different. Their walk is different. Their confidence is different. I literally just 3 weeks ago was like, I'm not a business coach. I have been masquerading. I have been hiding as a business coach when all this time I was a life transformer.
This is so good, Darnyelle.
But I was so caught up in fitting into this title because it felt good to me or it was comfortable, but God has been calling me higher for years. I'm only just now really answering the call.
Watching you. How did I meet her? Okay, so this is a little embarrassing, but it's our truth. So I met her on Black People Meet.
It was actually my last day. I did a 30-day membership on the website. It was my last day. He sent me a message. And so I sent him a message back and said, if you would like to talk, here's my number. It's my last day. I'm not going to be on the website. And he actually picked up the phone and called me like, I don't know, maybe right away. He must have thought I was cute. And so he picked up the phone and he called me and I said, hello. And he said, hello, gorgeous. Even still to this day when he does that, it makes me coo like a baby.
We were just interacting right away. The flow was seamless. We laughed a lot. Her skill set, that's one thing. Her work ethic, I identify with. That's part of what we had in common is the fact that if we have a goal, we're just laser focused. But I would say it's the spirituality aspect of her that really attracted me to her. I'll take it. What's wrong, babe?
Making me mad.
Really?
Yes.
All your teeth is out? Okay.
Yes.
He's a supporter of me. He didn't care what I had, what I did, who I was gonna be. He just liked me. And that was so hard to find because I always dated guys who were in it for something. And that wasn't his MO, which was attractive. Because I always wanted, if I was gonna be with somebody, I wanted to be with somebody who was with me, for me. Now that didn't stop me from trying to self-sabotage the relationship though. Because my pattern was good men come all the time, but they don't stay. And so I tried to get him to leave too.
She is very driven, very passionate. She's very selfless. She loves the love, but she understands her purpose.
God, that you will strengthen her, that you will guide her, God, that you will keep her circle tight and everybody full in belief, God.
So when we're born, we are vessels of light, beautiful in every way. We believe anything is possible. We believe that we can do anything. Have you ever watched children? They are fearless. They just run and they just move and they have no inhibitions at all. And then we meet our parents. See what our parents did to us? Cloudy vessel, just like that, right? Then we're introduced to fear and doubt and frustration and lack and struggle, and you get the point, right? And this is how we spend the majority of our life. We're walking around as a cloudy vessel, trying to hear God, trying to be who God created us to be, trying to figure out our purpose. How many of you have been struggling to figure, you don't know what your purpose is, you can't figure it out because your vessel is cloudy. Because all of that stuff that you've met since you got here has been clouding your judgment and keeping you from the truth. But then you meet this really cute girl named Darnyelle. Did you know her name means the secret place where dreamers go to dream? It really does. I didn't make that up. And slowly but surely, she tells you who you are. And she invites you to get to know God differently than the way that your parents taught you about God. She invites you to look at your business for what it really is, a true vessel of light. And you return to the place that you came from. It's totally possible for you to return, but it's gonna take work on your part. Wherever you are, whether it's of your own doing, your husband's doing, your wife's doing, whoever created this environment where you are now, where you don't have everything that it is that you desire, that is not God. And we're given so much power and credit to something that God never wanted for you. When he said, I created you in the image and likeness, let us make man in our image and likeness. He gave you everything that he had in that moment. But y'all sitting here in this settled place, in these businesses that don't serve you, charging these peanuts to people who would pay much more and go out and hire the next person and pay them much more. Has that ever happened to you? It's happened to me. I downplayed myself and told them one amount and they didn't hire me, and next thing I know, they in somebody else's program that I know was twice as much as mine, and mine's is way better. But until you see yourself the way that God has always seen you, you will continue to settle. And that's what it's about, because next level, everything begins in your mind. That's where we have to do the work. No one likes to do the mindset work. Everybody thinks they just need another strategy. But see, the strategies that you already have will work if you're not in the way. Vision to me is to have a clear understanding of where it is that you're going, and to not allow anything that's currently in view to stop you from seeing what it is that you truly desire or crave to have happen. And I believe that the vision that we hold wasn't put there by us. It was given to us before we were formed in our mother's womb. Where God said he approved of us and he called us prophet, he put everything in there that we needed in order to live out life. It used to be that I wanted to be a mom and have a family because I didn't come from a good one. Like, I want to prove how you do this thing right. Well, once I started doing my work and it was no longer about proving anything, it became about raising up the next generation and bringing little Darnyelles into the world. That is so exciting to me. Like, that they would think and reason like me, like that they would be 3 and 5 years old and they would be confident, and that they would know what they would be clear, and that clarity would follow them everywhere that they went, and they would be leaders because other people would be drawn to that. Like, that excites me. Like, that is so excites me. So we started the journey after our first anniversary. I think it's gonna be easy. I am not prepared for everything that needs to happen when you are trying to conceive in your 40s. When you're over 35, they say try for 6 months, and then if you still aren't pregnant in 6 months, see a specialist. Well, we tried for 3 months because I'm over 35. And then we went to see the fertility specialist and, went through all of the testing and found out what was wrong, which was, I had a blockage. And so we got the blockage cleared and we got pregnant, like right away. The very first try after the blockage was cleared, we were pregnant.
Of course, I'm ecstatic because I did it. We did it. I did it the right way. So my chest is out, my chin is up, I'm feeling great about it. I didn't take any shortcuts, I didn't skip any steps, I did everything the way I was supposed to do it, and here we are. So I'm ecstatic. I'm ready to, I'm telling a lot of people that she said, hey, let's just wait for a certain period of time. Forget about it. I'm already buying cigars. I'm already talking about which hospital. I'm already mapping out the way to the hospital. My father did the same thing. He had several different routes to the hospital where I was going to be born.
It was challenged from the beginning because my numbers, my levels weren't raising the way that they're supposed to. And so the doctors were watching and waiting and poking and prodding and all of that kind of stuff. And we ended up having an ectopic pregnancy, which is a more fancy way to say a miscarriage. It was a specific issue. That was hard.
I've done everything else, but I can't do this. I can't get my legacy going. I can't. And she's also upset.
Because even though I never had a heartbeat or saw anything that I should have seen at the stage of pregnancy that I was like 7 weeks pregnant. It was still hard to be like, our dream is delayed further.
I think after receiving the news from the doctor, I was just in a period of shock and frustration and agitation. So I would love to give you every step to the car, out the car into the house. It's a blur.
And so after the ectopic pregnancy and, you know, having to wait everything out, he said to me, why don't we do what you did when you were, remember babe, when you were waiting for me, remember what you did? And I was like, yeah. And what I did was I prepared a space. So I cleaned out half the garage, I cleaned out a closet in the bedroom and one of the nightstands. I basically made room for what I was asking God for. And so he said, well, let's do the same thing. Let's do the nursery. Let's get it done, right? And I was just like, he said that? And a testament of faith and vision, right? To have the foresight that something great is about to happen.
Regardless of a door is closed on you, regardless of what comes to you that's a no, you have to keep going. So that hope or that faith is me not giving up.
I go in there frequently, I pray, I hold the vision in my mind of what it's gonna be like to, you know, to be changing the baby or putting the baby in the crib.
God, I say thank you right now, God. And though they tarry, we will wait for it, God. We will wait on your promise because we know that you have already judged yourself faithful. God, I thank you for the promises that you made.
And to know that we trust God enough to look crazy right now, right? Like, you know, Michael Todd said it's only crazy until it happens, right? So it's crazy right now, but once it happens, then people will be admiring our faith, that we were believing for it before we had any clue that it would happen. I mean, we just did a round of IVF and all of our embryos were abnormal. Who does that? Like, who does that, right? That things can really change. But I think that they can change, and they can change in an instant, because that's vision. Habakkuk 2:2 says what? Write the vision and make it plain. And then what's the next command? So that they that read it may run with it. And then, but though it tarry, wait for it. It's not gonna happen just like that. No one goes to bed a blunder and wakes up a wonder. It's a process. This is why you need to get up early in the morning and set intentions for the day and speak life over yourself. This is why you need to do affirmations or evoke God's presence to make sure that who you say that you are is who God says that you are, because then you are in alignment with him and his will for you, so that as you go forth, the things that you do will be blessed. The Bible says greater works will you do. And guess what? That's good works and bad works. Greater is the amplification thereof. And you get to decide that. Y'all don't realize how powerful you are. Y'all are bad mamma jammas and dudes. I don't know what the dude equivalent to mamma jamma is.